Genshin's music is absolutely incredible, and Hoyo Mix does an insanely good job hiring very talented musicians for all of their games. For Tears of Themis, for Honkai Impact and Genshin Impact, and all of the above. Also GGZ and all that good stuff too. I'm really excited to listen to this concert for 2021. I never got a chance to listen to it. I listened to the Honkai concert, I listened to the 2022 concert for Genshin. Never got a chance to look at this one, but I know it keeps getting recommended to me, so I am excited to see what gets going on, if you will. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to do that shit. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna put it out there. Do be playing violin for 18 years. Make it worth something, people. Hit the subscribe button. All right, let's do it. Welcome to the Genshin 21 concert. Fantasy World Tibet opens up to you. Woo! Concert time! Definitely not how you acted. Oh. Acapella? Yo, acapella? Yo, we got black people too. I love this already. This is great. We love to see it. Oh, damn. Oh man, hit that! Oh my god! Oh my god! Did he rub magic on his vocal cords? Oh. Oh, my hand's glitching out. Okay, alright, I'm just ready to track you off if I need it. Dang. Yo! I wonder if they're gonna do it Honkai style. In the Honkai concert, they had to go in order for the game. I really hope they do that here too. That'd be kind of cool. Headquarters of Knights of Favonius. Oh man! Are they gonna go in order? That'd be kind of sick. So if you're wondering like, oh, why are they tuning? Like, shouldn't they have done this before the concert started? They did. You tune usually about almost 3 times before the concert actually starts. Like 3 main times. You sometimes go in between that too. Temperatures change the tuning of instruments very easily. Also, when you're just walking to take your seat, you can also have a chance of jostling your instrument slightly so that it can change how it sounds. So you tune it before you go in. You tune it when you sit down. And then one final time before you start playing is usually how it works. So there's like 3 major times where you tune your instrument again. Like, even though you've already done it like a million times over, even if you've done it while you're already sitting down, you do it again right before you play too. So if you're wondering for that. Oh, you can spot a first chair when you see one. Oh my goodness, you can spot a first chair when you see one. That is him. We gotta keep our eye on these 2 in particular. These are the 2 to watch. First and second chair of a section. They are going to be some of the most talented people within this. We are excited to see how they perform. If there's a solo part, one of those 2 will possibly have it. Oh, I love this. I love this. Oh. Oh, we have our choir on the staircase. Okay. That's a cool layout. Yo! My man's going crazy with it though! My phone is ringing. Hold on. Oh my god. This is the worst time. Not right now. Not right now. Oh, she's gonna be the one to watch. She's gonna be the one to watch. And, like, music from different cultures. Sorry. That's a beautiful man. I'm sorry. I just had a moment. I just like, what's up? Y'all said something? Y'all heard something? What's up? Yeah, I said I had a minute. What's up? Y'all heard something? So one thing we're talking about right now is talking about the first and second violin sections. Okay, so for both these sections, the main difference you're going to notice throughout the time is that there's usually second, third, there's even third violin sections as well, but we're going to specifically talk about the first and second violin section here. So the first section tends to do a lot of the flourishy parts, the parts that when you hear a song, resonate with you. Like the very intensive runs, the intensive parts that tend to carry a lot more weight. While a second violin, its job is more to sometimes carries melodies, depending if there's more flourishy part played by first violins, but I digress. It usually plays those more fill parts. For example, in this we'll hear jun 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 right in the background. That's second violins. First are playing these elongated bow motions that you see here right now. These are the first violins. So
here's more of the money. Hold hostage.
I appreciate your money and holding it hostage. Thank you so much for 22 month resub. Welcome back, meme. Thank you so freaking much. Hey, bye-bye. Unlike my normal music breakdowns, guys, I'm down to talk during this. Like, listen, we're gonna be here for like 2 hours minimum. We are gonna have a conversation soon. So if you have questions for me at any point, feel free to ask questions too. Oh, yes. Okay, this is something that I noticed that the Liwa concert didn't have. For the Chinese concert didn't have this. This is what we do. This is what we do in European training, is that we have like the dramatics of what we do is a lot higher. There's like this formal notion when listening to and watching the performance that we watched the other day for the 2022 concert. And you will see less of that watching these people. The reason being is that when in sort of our like culture and profession is that when you create those like lingering moments, when a sound resonates, when it echoes through your soul almost, right? Like those pinnacle moments, we are allowed to be actually a bit more expressive with our bodies as long as it's in unison. That's like the golden rule we have. As long as you're in unison, like it's okay because it becomes a part of the art experience itself. When we're watching the 2022 concert, it was a lot more reserved in that sense, which was really cool to watch because the reserved style is usually done only within concert orchestras and not so much symphonies. Symphonies tend to be like a little bit more different because of the versatility within instruments is so much higher. So that's pretty cool. I like this conductor a lot. Oh! Oh, I love this song. Cool. So 2 things you're going to notice here is that there's going to be different styles of plucking. Okay, there's 2 main styles of plucking. I'll put my hand tracker on to show you guys this really quick. 2 main styles of plucking for what you're going to see here. You're going to see is one is where you're the kind of like that meaty part of your finger right here. That is going to be used more, like where the knuckle is, for when you want to create a longer sound. So dun as you pluck. If you want to have more of a dun 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 dun, like a happier sound, the more you use towards the tip. And that's how you make the defining sounds differences between when you pluck. And you'll notice is that some people will not be holding their bow, some people will be holding their bow. This is usually depicted by how long you are in pizzicato for. For example, if you're in pizzicato for like 30 bars, like you're vibing on pizzicato for a while, sometimes you'll just set the bow down and just do your pizzicato, like these people are right here. Other people will have it so that they put their bow hold, literally like grip it within their palm, and then put their thumb underneath the board, and then pluck outwards as well at the same time while still holding it in their hand. That way they can transition very easily into a pull down motion when they need to start playing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, notice how they're going higher up too? That's also to create that very light, bouncy feeling that you feel right now. Oh my god. One of these people are old school trained. The guy back here. Oh, did they show him? Show him. Oh, one of them was trained in an older style. That was cool. It's fun to see. I haven't seen that in a very long time. Oh, I told you she would be a highlight. Yeah. A position in which one sits in a symphony is always super important to what their position is within the actual symphony itself. Like what power status that you have almost. Getting into a symphony is hard enough, but you have to also fight to get your position too. This oboe we need to keep an eye on this oboe player. I'm telling you, this guy is in the hot seat. He's gonna be such a focus of this entire thing. I know he is. Oh, this conductor's so good! Chat! I'm in love with this man! I'm in love with him! Do you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly what he told them too. I can tell you exactly what he said. Here we go. I'm going to mute it for a second so I can put it in slow-mo. Ready? 0.5 that. 0.5 that hoe. Oh my god. This man said so much. That was crazy. Ready? Keeping beat, alternate hand, this one. He just brought in a different section. He was telling this other group of violins, come in, what's up? Hey homie, what's good? Hit your note, let it hold. This is him not even speaking the same section. Look at the eye contact on this man. Look at the eye contact on this man. Look at this. So good, so deliberate. And then he tells them, okay, hold your note and then diminish instantly. He pulls out the note so quickly, he goes, play it, hold, bam, bring it down. Not a cut, there's no cut. A cut motion would happen if it was cut. No, he said dim it, like fade that shit out, bruh, get it out, right? Like that was so beautifully, oh, such a good conductor, right? He killed it with his hand. This one, he keeps the next part going. This part is now him intentionally breaking eye contact. It's like, oh, he's looking at his part to see where he is, right? No, this is him deliberately breaking eye contact dramatically so that he can speak to the next section. That's how brilliant this guy is. He doesn't just look away. He breaks it completely, brings it down at the same time he's bringing down a note for the initial beat, and then continues on. Look at this, right? Right? Easy does it. All right. Looks over the next section. Right? Look at that. Look at this man. What a guy. What a guy. Great stuff. Great stuff. He's straight vibing. They have some really attractive people in this place, man. Oh, he getting vibey. Oh my god, these two? I want to look them up. I want to look them up so badly. Do they have a list? Like, do they have a list of their performers, like of their musicians? Cause these two, this first and second chair, iconic, absolutely iconic. Oh, I would die to play in an orchestra that would have them as section leaders. Like, that is so, no disrespect to my previous section leaders, they were all great. But like, oh my god, Because their indicators are super good. Oh! Oh, such even breath sounds. We love to see it. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't want to interrupt them. Like, I don't want to interrupt them, so I'm not saying anything here. Like, it's. Oh. Oh my! I got like emotional. Like, that's so good. That's so good. Albedo song? Whoa! Wait! What? Albedo song? His character demo. Yo! What a switch up for a concert! Oh my god! What's up, Blanny? What's up, Blanny? Bust it down with me, Blanny! Bust it down! Yeah! Hi, Blanny! I hope you had an amazing stream! What were you up to today, man? Thanks for the raid! If you guys don't know Blanny, be a good bean. Domo raid! That's a good bean right there. We Raven, and we're watching the Genshin 2021 concert because I never made a YouTube video for it, so my bad. Woo! Nightclub with Albedo, yeah! Get into it, yeah! Oh my god, if I heard Xiao song, I would just start screaming. Xiao song is like my fuel for living. It's... Oh, this part's so good. Ready? Oh, who got the molly? Oh, should I not say that? That's TOS, right? No, it's not TOS. Who got the molly? Theoretical molly. Is that better? Are we safe now? Oh! Yeah! Hey, we're jamming! Yeah! Get it! The drop was too heat, man. Oh, man. What were you playing today, Blanny? Oh, this is Klee's song. This is Klee's character demo song. It's so whimsical. It's like jazzy into whimsical, and it's so good. It's like, you know she's up to no good, dude. You know she's on her BS, dude. Out there causing a ruckus. Yeah. I'm jamming so hard right now. I'm jamming so hard. She got out of solitary confinement. Let's go! Like, bro, can we just talk about this? Is the perfect song for Klee. Okay, one, it's like a little bit jazzy, a little bit funky at the start, right? We got the sassy brasses going off, and then her cute little prancy sort of vibe, and you're like, oh, okay, you're bouncing with it, right? Then the explosions of sound, the cymbals go ba-whack-a-cack, right? And it like matches so perfectly with her character, the cutesy at the clash, and it's so good together. Love it. It's a vibe. But I love Klee. Klee is our daughter. Eula song? We got a dancer? With the gamer lighting? Look at these LEDs! Yo! Oh my goodness. Oh, sweet lord, she bent over. Hi. Sorry, I got into a daze. What's up? Y'all heard something? What? What's up? What's up? Wow. Oh! I own that same electric violin. It's at my parents' house. I haven't seen it in forever. I haven't seen that electric violin since like 5 years ago. Damn, it costs a grip. I was working 3 jobs back when I bought it. Okay, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. You're breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. Like, you're so good. And then Eula also perfection. This is... Oh, I love that. Oh. I love that it has like the Mondstadt reprise there. Did you hear the Mondstadt reprise there? Hold on. Hear it again, hear it again. Na, na, na. And normally we go da 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 da. But instead it goes into her part with like a little Spanish flourish in there. A little da, da. Instead, love that. Love that. Beautiful, beautiful idea. That's like one thing that's really cool about Genshin's pieces. And I talked about this before with Dragonspine, but people were like, they didn't understand what I was talking about. But this is really important. This actually, you can apply this to music albums you listen to today. This is not just about like orchestra plays or symphony plays. This applies to like albums, even pop albums. You can like pop on some Taylor Swift, some T-Swizzle, if you will. And the same thing applies here, okay? When creating an album, and when creating a concert in particular, you actually have a thing that's called thematics, right? You will bring in parts of other songs or other themes that are associated with your image or with what you're going for as a setting to your audience and bring them in even for alternate styles of play. For example, I could be vibing on a metal song, shredding on my guitar, right? But I could bring in a little bit of something from a ballad that I wrote. You know what I mean? It's like it's bringing those pieces in together, tying them in somehow, so that it flows naturally within your concert, so it's not jarring to your listener, right? And though we don't really think about that when we're listening to concerts and stuff, it's completely how they're designed. Yo, you can even like go to a rap concert, and it's the same shit. Like they think about that thing all the time, because even when you have those parts in between the songs, right, where you have them just talking about their life, talking about their story, talking about how they made it here, right? You'll have those parts, and in the background, what do you hear? You hear somebody just kind of vibing out, playing a track, playing a beat that also is associated with what they are. So that when you hear that style of play, that's who you associate that type beat with. That's how we get like oh, that's like a Soulja Boy type beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have like that kind of thing where it's like people are associated with type beats for rap and so on and so forth. The same thing happens with any sort of play that you see in general, is that you'll have things like this. So for example, the little flourish that we heard, right, is a staple for Mondstadt. They use that thematic within Mondstadt all the time. Dragonspine has a very similar notion. Within all their songs, they have a few little flourishes and a few little parts that match each other really well, regardless if they're in a different key signature, which means like a different, I guess, tuning of play, if you will. But yeah, I gotta bounce. Have a good one, Planny. Thanks again for rating. Hope you had an amazing stream. Wow. Ooh! Venti's character demo. Yeah, yeah. Oh, did you hear the love? That part? That's when you play on two strings at the same time, you can create those open those open crunchy sounds too together by pushing your bow in a scooping motion. Jin 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 is when you like scoop your bow inwards and dig into your strings for the crunch, but you do two at the same time when doing it. So don't get it throughout. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! King! Oh my god, go off! Yo! Oh my god, what the hands do? Oh! Oh, and right there, it's called hitting a fourth position harmonic. You see it at the end there? So cool. So good. So good. Are we going to see the other concert? Or are we going back to the other? Dawn Winery, some of Moss's finest wines. Ooh, we're getting tipsy. I am so... Oh. I want to talk about it. Okay, I was thinking about not talking about it, but it's like, why not? It's my stream. I can do what I want, okay? So, this style of play is actually very close to what fingerpicking is like. Fingerpicking is a technique that's used throughout the entire world. We often see it in North America through Spanish music, right? Through Spanish and then like sometimes like Western European music as well to a degree. But it's actually fingerpicking is actually heavily used within Asia itself too. Though they use the literal finger picks, which is like the ones where you'll see like little mini prongs put on their fingers that they use in order to create finger picking motions. This one is just someone doing naturally with their hands. You'll see his nails are a little bit longer than you would see on an average player, because it creates that same thing without having to wear finger picks themselves. See? My guy's got that manicure hand! Ooh! This is such a chill vibe compared to what we just went through. Like, they just like really brought us down, you know? So you may be wondering, right, why this style, right? I taught you about the two different types of pizzicato that we do. What the hell is this, right? This also is used. This is not something that's used very often within, like, it depends which era of music you're playing in, I guess is a better way to put it. Because it's not something you often come across. But you know how I mentioned before that there's, like, your index finger. I'll put my tracker on back again. Hold on. Your index finger can create the meteor sound, right? So, like, with this part of your finger, like the deeper part near your knuckle, you can create that sort of meteor sound. They're doing the same thing, but more elongatedly with their thumb instead now. And that's all that's happening here. Same concept, just doing that with the meteor part of their thumb, so it creates the same effect I was talking about before, rather than holding it up. It also allows people to not be distracted by violins all the time. Because the main focus is him right now. Our guy's straight vibing on them strings. I mean, they're doing what a good concert does. This is... I don't know if I should give away the secrets of a concert. Do you guys want... Press 1 if you want to know the secrets of how concerts are done. I'll give you a little secret if you want. Otherwise, we can leave the secret be a secret with number 2, okay? Press 2 for keep it a secret, 1 for if you want to know. This is a very intentional thing they're doing right now. Just for the earrings. We all want to know the secrets. Alright, alright. So basically, okay, in concerts, you put your strongest song at the beginning and your second strongest song at the end. Always. Now, for longer concerts like this one, you put a series of songs that are your strongest performing songs that you know are going to be fan favorites near the beginning, and you do the same thing at the end as well. So, right now, we're in the period of this concert. This is what we call the cloud period, where it's all fuzzy. When we're done this concert, we won't remember this part, because the human brain's not meant to keep all the... we're not meant to retain all this, right? It's not supposed to happen. Unless we listen to this concert on repeat, we're not supposed to retain this. So it's intentionally placed here at this sweet little 20-minute mark, because we're gonna forget about it. So they're putting these, like, you know, a little bit more of the boring songs compared to what we had a second ago together. So that way it's like, oh cool, it's done. Anyway, so this next part, you know? So it's just like, yeah, little cheers. They do this all the time for concerts, all the time. Because when you leave a concert, people always ask you, you'll remember two things from a concert. You'll remember your favorite part, the part that moved you, and if someone messed up. Those are the two things you'll always remember. If someone messed up, you know they messed up. And you'll remember your favorite part that moved you emotionally. So, everything else goes kind of into the cloud phase. So, that's where you kind of put these songs like this. Because if you don't have those peaks and valleys within a concert, though, then the whole concert becomes overwhelming. So you intentionally have those little dips of people being uninterested, so that we can make them, it kind of reignited over and over again throughout viewing a concert. So like now our brains are like, ooh, we know this song, ooh, ooh, I played the game and the song happened in the game, oh my brain, happy little neurons, right? And it'll keep doing that to us over and over again. Where we'll have like a little bit of like oh, it's kind of boring for like a song. Maybe 2 songs. Sometimes 3 is pushing it. You usually don't do 3, because there's multiple movements in a piece, but it's so they can bring us back up again and make us hype again. So we'll be doing that a lot. So I'm coughing right now. I'm not sick, I just choked on water. So give me a second, because I'm trying to stay hydrated while talking this much. And I start choking on water. We're fine. We're thriving and we're fine. There are slimes here! Where are these goddamn slimes at? Let me at them. Let me at them. Hey, if you learned something today, by the way, feel free to hit that like button and that subscribe button. I'm just saying, looking kind of cute over there. I'm just saying. Can't change party all in the middle of a comment, bruh. I'm getting traumatic. Oh, that's nice. That was solid. That was very solid. Good finish. Good finish. Knighthood excellence. 22 Fontaine for a moment. Dude, if when Fontaine comes out, that's the style that I perform in. That's the style that I play in. This would be the most interesting time for me to talk about music for you guys, because that was my main performance style. Oh, I played French pieces from about the 1400s to 1600s was one of my main eras. And then I played Baroque period and Vivaldi's movements for like my main 3 cores when trained. So when Fontaine comes out, like that's my stuff, man. I played songs where you had to literally mimic the sound of sirens, of French sirens, things like that. It's very cool. The style of French music composing is very different, especially modern era composing too. Very cool stuff. Oh yeah, like that's the thing. Like set design's really cool and stuff. Like I agree with set design always. I think it's a getting people paid is my thing, man. I love this guy. That's right. He feeling it. He feeling it. Trying to see where that mic is on this guy. Is that the mic right there? I can't tell. Is that the mic right there? Because if so, it's supposed to be placed here. And that'd be the reason for that happening. The mic is just supposed to be on this side. But I can't tell. It's too far out. I don't got them good eyeballs. Oh! Better angle. No, where the frick is this mic, dude? I can't tell. Unless it's this, that's just a stand for his guitar. What the hell? I can't tell. I give up. I give up on looking for it. Angel share. Ooh, funky. Yeah, he feels it. Love to see it. Oh, our pianist is so classically trained. Holy smokes. He has so much discipline when playing. You can see him like vibing. He's emoting so much because physically he wants to move with the music. But he's so classically trained, he's trying not to move. But he's still feeling it. You can still see it in his facial expressions, in his hands. Like, he's feeling it. There we go, now he's bobbing a bit more. Yeah. We love that barbecue. Hell yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now, yeah, look at him. That's right. Look at his face. That's right, baby. You feel that. You feel it. You'll see some pianists who like move back and forth while playing and getting like really vibey. But he's very professionally trained. He is not gonna move an inch. Well, sorry, concert trained. Even professionally trained and still move a lot. Oh! Oh! That's your time to shine, King. Keep going. Oh! Someone's stealing the show now? Okay, clarinet. Go off, King. This is one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. Listen to the swell. Listen to the swell. Like, I want you to imagine when when I talk about the swell of a song, it's not about just the build up. It's also about the diminish as well. So I want you to imagine, like, you know when you sway back and forth, like just physically sway for a second, just sway back and forth, right? When you sway back and forth, there's a little dip motion before you come back up on the other side, right? Your shoulders dip down, they go up, they dip down, they go up, back and forth when you do really dramatic side to side swing, right? Dip down, dip down, up type of thing. Have that idea when listening to this. It's na na na, right? It's na 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 na, and it's like you feel it build and then pull away and then build, pull away, and it gives that emotion of like, it's not like a lament, it's not like a cry out or a sadness per se, but it's
This
like this
concert is
like
pretty awesome and you are giving amazing insight.
thank you so much, Tay. I really appreciate that. Thanks for 13 sub. It gives you like this like sort of swelling feeling, and I lost track of my thought. um, so when Shoot. I'll let it play. I'll figure it out after. Oh god, it's so good. It's so I need to talk about this. We're gonna talk about this for a little bit. Like it's my stream, damn it. We're gonna talk about this. It's too good. It's too good. It's so good. It's so good. Like I can't like oh, this is one of the best songs. This is one of the best songs. Like it's just so good. I can't like it's oh god, okay. We're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do something fun. I know it's fun to watch my model move around and stuff. But I want you to close your eyes. Okay, we're gonna close our eyes. We're gonna all close our eyes as a family. I'm gonna talk you through this, okay? So you can understand, like, it's the thing about music is it paints a picture, right? The picture is different for all of us. But for those of you who aren't like, who might not be like the type to like get lost in the sauce of this kind of song, I'm gonna try to help get you there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes and we're gonna try to experience this piece together, okay? Alright, let's do it. Taking a step, beginning to almost jog towards something. There's a bit of desperation in your step. You're trying to reach that goal. It feels overwhelming. You're trying to grasp for it, almost like it's out of reach, to the point where it becomes frustrating. Like you don't know if you want to keep stepping forward. You don't know if the next step is worth it. The effort that you put in this far, do you keep pushing forward? You tell yourself that it's worth it. You keep trying to convince yourself, but it doesn't feel like it's enough. There's an anxiety to it. And that causes an internal conflict, almost like a pain that's silent within your heart, and you just hold it there. And you think about all those times that made you even take the first step on this journey. Right? So it's like you can paint a picture with a song, right? And that's the thing, is that we can all be moved in a different way. We can all bring like they can all bring like different stories into what we feel, right? Because it's based on personal experience, right? So it's like, for example, if like you how do I put it? So for example, if you feel like Maybe you went through something in your own life, you can bring that to the table. Or maybe, for example, you bring something from the game itself, right? It could be like Lumine or like Aether, things like that, where it's like you bring in things that you've experienced within your life or experienced within a visual, and you put it into the piece, and that's how you feel the emotion they're trying to evoke. So that's what I'm trying to get you there. It's just to understand like why I was like, oh my god, this is one of the best songs in the game. It might not be the flashiest song, but my god, is it excellent. So wait for his bear to come on. Hell yeah! Oh, the waves of the sea. Yeah. Exactly, exactly. How it ebbs and flows. Exactly. You watch anime? I do watch anime. I watch a lot of anime. A lot. My favorite one. Give me a genre. And we can go from there. I think you're speaking either Spanish or Portuguese. I do not speak it. I am half Ethiopian, half Indian. I speak Malayalam and Tamil. Smiley face. And French. So. It's a spiritual experience. I'm glad. Hi, sir. Goosebumps. Damn. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. We must be moved together, my friends. Do you know what also I would love for you to move towards the subscribe button on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? If you move towards that subscribe button and hit the I'm just saying. Moving towards that subscribe button's kind of cute. I'm just saying. No, Monster and some Leela. Oh. We gotta listen to it again. I can't. I just. Okay. Sorry, I'm. This is so good. So good. One important thing that people. This is something that I feel like a lot of people who don't play strings don't realize happens. Did you know that as a violinist, and like any strings player, you actually breathe with your music properly? Does that make sense? You breathe the way you would as if you were playing a woodwind instrument. As if you were playing an instrument that required you to have certain types of breathing. You know? Like, you know when you take a breath and you play a certain part? When you play like an instrument where you physically have to blow air out? We do the exact same thing when playing violin. Like, you breathe with your music. And you can actually hear his breath sounds during this. And I want you guys to listen for it, okay? If we have to close our eyes, close your eyes again. We're gonna listen for his breath sounds, okay? You can hear him breathe. You can hear him take the breath, play the next part over and over again. Did you hear that? Right? You can hear it again. You can hear it again. You can hear him breathe out. Ready? 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 Did you hear that? Right? Like it's because you want to be one with your piece. There is no separation of oneself in the music. There should never be that divide. And if when you play a instrument that takes breath, or even when you sing, you do that in particular, right? So if I'm like gonna go for a note, right? If I'm gonna be like, I don't want to sing right now, and doing whatever, I'll do it regardless. Don't judge me, okay? So like, and we're gonna sing a part of a song, right? And we're gonna be like, frick, what's a part of a song? I don't know part of a song right now. Um, song lyric that won't get me DMCA'd. I don't think it matters. I don't think YouTube's gonna screw me for. Like I can say whatever I want. Green eggs and ham. Aha, we found some words. Okay, right. So if I was like, if I was gonna do no breath, right, I just kind of say it, right? Green eggs and ham. Now I say my next sentence, right? So it's like that, right? So it's like, and then when you want to do it musically, you would take your breath, green eggs and ham, and then you go to your next sentence, right? Like it's that same notion when you play as well. It's that it's not so much that there's pauses within the song. It's just that you're creating certain breaths during resting periods because it creates one for more dramatics, two, it allows you to have more life into a piece, and three, when you're playing a strings instrument, though you could breathe evenly if you wanted to, it allows you to still have that same feeling as if you're singing the part, as if you're, because when you're singing, it's your vocal cords, it's everything, your muscles interacting with each other. The same concept applies to the strings. You're putting the piece out there as if it's a part of your body. Your instrument is one with you. Same concept, right? So I hope that makes more sense now. Nice, Hannah. And the thing is here is that it's this soloist's choice, this first chair's choice, that he's choosing to use vibrato only for held notes. Any notes that are only held for about a beat to 2 beats max, like actually 2 beats he still does it for. If he does it for one that it's only like for 1 beat, he will not cause vibrato. During parts like this, there's a reason to use vibrato and to not use vibrato. For those of you who don't know what vibrato is, here comes the hand tracker. Okay. For those of you who don't know what vibrato is, okay, it's like this is the wrong hand to do it with, man. It's my other hand that I use to play violin with. Can you acknowledge? There we go. This hand, I don't know what this hand's doing. Right, you ready? So like, it's where you kind of, my tracking does not like this. My tracking hates this. I'll do it with this hand, okay? So basically, what you're doing is that you're creating, you're creating that like little vibration sound that you hear, right? As hence the term vibrato, like a little shaky part, right? So as you're doing that, you can choose to do that for each note if you wanted to, and it creates like this very fluttery, beautiful sound. But the choice here was to not do that. It was to only do that for held notes, which creates for a sadder part. The reason being is that it's like when you're crying. Imagine like someone crying, even if you don't cry, right? You've seen people cry in life. And when someone cries, is everything right? Is it like that? Or is it like and they cry really hard and it's a steady breath and they cry again, right? It's like that. There's no like when you cry, it's there's steadying breaths and then there's crying hard, steadying, and that's the same notion they're carrying when they play. Is that there's stability and then the long notes are held in this beautiful vibrato, this beautiful like shaking motion, right? And that's what we had to hear for, okay? Oh, a glissando. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful glissando. Oh, that was nice. Wow. Wow. That sits with you. That sits with you. Wow. Dang. My heart. How are you? Oh there, hi Ocean. Hello, hello. Hi Miss. Hello, hello. Hope we outdoorsy again. There's some very attractive people in this, I'm just saying. Oh, no way. They're not leaving them, are they? So quick. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, I need to listen to this. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for a second. Hold on. Huh, that's a. I never really like. You don't go to Northland Bank often in the game, so I never really got a chance to like hear that song fully. That's very intriguing to the ear because it has some similarities to how Liwa's music is played, but with a twist. It's not fully the same feeling that you get from Liwa's music, which is very interesting. Like my brain was just like trying to figure out how to describe that into words. Like I couldn't. Also, Dave, we got dancers now. Okay, more performing. This set design is incredible. This is so cool. Yeah. Oh my god. They're so good. They're so good. It just makes me think of that Fatui couple. You know that Fatui couple in Leela? That was gorgeous. That was so beautiful to watch. Huh? What's going on? Yo! Oh! Oh! Okay! Oh! Yes! Oh my god, they had a double pedal in there. You heard that? Oh! Oh! Dang! This is a Genshin 2021 concert. Woo! Woo! Baby! Crazy! Oh, he's going crazy! Woo! Oh, what them hands do? Oh! The dancer had a 2001 arm. I agree. I agree. Or maybe those sand dunes. Record that album, you know? You know? Yes! Get into it! Yeah! Go back to my bass player! Go back to my king! Oh my god! Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's so good. Oh, baby. God damn. That was some tunes, baby. That's some tunes. That was so good. That was so good. Oh. Bro, I'm like amped. Don't put me on this mood right now. I'm amped. I'm ready to start some war. I'm ready to fight somebody. Now it's all chill. I wasn't prepared for this, man. I was amped. I had blood coursing through my veins. Oh, yes. This guy here. This is who I wanted to talk about earlier, but they never show him. This dude in particular, he learned a very similar style to how I learned. And I was like, this is a traditional ass mug, dude. This guy's old school. I wish they when you see him play. I wish they're not gonna keep the camera on him for long enough. But there's a lot of habits that he has that I have because that we got taught by old school players. Like we're talking about people who've been passed down. So this is fun stories about my life. Is that so I went to music school obviously, and like growing up, I had like an array of violin teachers and instructors and tutors and all that stuff, right? But there's a few iconic ones who like really helped me early on, and one of them in particular, she's this Romanian woman, love her, and she like her style of teaching was passed down to her through literally hundreds of years of playing, right? So she was like old school, like she knew she was going to be a violinist from like the womb, okay, from the womb, okay, she knew like she knew. So like that was a style that was taught to me, and a lot of those habits aren't actually appropriate for like later on in your career, like in the modern day of playing, like a lot of the stuff that you aren't supposed to do anymore, but we still have that because it's like such a traditional value. And personally, it was something I wasn't willing to let go of because I respected her so much throughout my life. Because I mean, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys for a second here, is that like I was the only person of color. Like I was the only black kid there. Like, you know? And in a sea of like white people, I she chose me. And she chose to work with me. And some of my teachers, I'll be very honest here, is that I had two instructors in my life who did not want to work with me because I was black. And it was really difficult because I couldn't get any other teachers or instructors, so I was stuck with them. And they refused to do solo sessions with me. They refused to treat me the way they treated the other kids. And it was just like me waiting for the year to get over with so I could move on to my next instructor, basically. Like, that's what happened a lot of the time. And me fishing for different instructors. But this woman, even after she was done teaching me, she still worked with me one-on-one every single week. She wasn't even paid to do it. But when she saw how much passion I had for violin, when she saw the potential I had, she was like one of the only people in my life who believed in me like without even a hesitation. She believed in me so much. She believed in me more than I believed in myself. And she gave me so much confidence because of that. And she saw something in me that I just couldn't see. And it was so brilliant. Like once a week, even when I was well graduated out of music school. I was out of music school for like a few years at that point. And I would still go back to see her and still do one-on-one sessions with her because she would still like practice and play with me and help me with new parts that I was learning, especially when I was in orchestras and symphonies. Like she was everything to me. And like like out of respect for her, no matter how many times I would be in situations where someone would try to correct what I'm doing, like I would never lose the traditional styles that she taught me because they've been passed down for hundreds of years, and she's the only person who was willing to teach me in any sort of capacity. So it's like, I don't know, when seeing a style like that in particular, that how he plays, I wish they showed him more so I could show you exactly like what I'm talking about. But he is very he's very much like I am. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. The Yaka conquers all evil. Oh! Oh, we're going to Xiao song? Electro. Oh, Cushings! Oh. Eric, this was super chat, much appreciated. exactly. Oh! I mean, the only reason why this theme is underrated is because it's the same theme that's used as one of the main themes of the game, but done in a remixed style, which is oh. the song I listen to in my free time. This song, there's only a few songs in Genshin that I listen to in my free time. Like, in my daily life. Like, I will just listen to. This is one of them. This and the entirety of Dragonspine are like the two things I listen to like pretty much daily every second day. Like this. Oh! Okay. Masterpiece of a song. Oh! 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 Oh, we got trap style. Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh, it's the trap remix! Oh my god, it's the trap remix! Oh! Oh! Holy hell. My jaw dropped. My jaw. I just. It's so good, man. It's so good, bro. I guess you don't want to. You want to. Do electric violas exist? These are the questions I don't know. I assume they do. If they've been an electric cello, there's 100% electric viola out there. Oh! I'm too old for these electronics, bro. Too old. She's very talented. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. The deliberate bow stroke style that she uses is so gorgeous. The stern step with each motion too. Holy fuck. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to what she's doing. Hold on. She's doing running arpeggios. Holy shit, hold on. Oh my god, is she... What? Whoa! Whoa! Look at her hand! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Girl! Oh, girl! Oh my god! Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. So you see, she goes from harmonic fourths, right? She's vibing. She goes to first, plays in second, alternates between first and second position. And like, oh my god, this is such like it's so. This is a very like the technicality of what she's doing is so brilliant because of what she's doing with her bow too. So the reason what she's doing, like, so the choice to choose, right? So like the thing is that technically what you can do if you decide to play in like one position, like for example you decide to play like first position and then choose to hit the harmonic notes here and there type of thing and rotate your hand only for those moments, or to play in a second position to just slide your finger back for going to hit first position notes, that's like a common thing to do, right? But what she's trying to go for is that this very stern bow movement within this, rather than like playing for flourish. And the stern bow movement means that she needs to switch between one and second position with her other hand, which is what she's doing. And I like, oh my god, look at her hand. Just look at her hand, dude. Look at her hand. Right? We're in first. Ready? You're gonna see the second. You're gonna do second position. Second. Back to first at the end. Oh my god, dude. She's so good! She's so good! Oh my god. And back to first, yeah. Oh my god. That's the thing, right? Is that like when you're listening, you're like, okay, cool, like, you know, like you hear how hard it is, right? It's very obvious to anybody. You can hear how hard this part of the song is. But like the technicality of what she's doing is that you'll hear some parts, like some arpeggios that she's playing that are consistent, and you're like, oh, those parts are consistent. She must be doing the same thing a second time. She's not. She did it in one position and did the same sound in a different position because she wanted to go for the long bow stroke after. So she wanted to push herself back into first position before she switched into the bow strokes again. Like this mindset in playing and her choices she's making are her own choices. These are not ones that are like, oh, it's written in the song to do blah blah blah. No, she's choosing to do this, and when she was practicing the piece, she chose to make these decisions, which is what makes that so, like, to understand her motive behind it is such a cool thing. Here we are back and forth, we're just vibing and hitting a harmonic here. So she is so good. I want to see that part again. We're gonna see that part again. I just want to hear it in its full capacity already. She's so good, dude. She's so good. She's so good. Damn. Like, can I do a song cover of this song? That would take so much practice. My next goal is I want to learn the Arhu. That's my next goal. This song is incredible too. I'm very excited for this one. Oh, the trap remix. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that part. I love that part. I love that part. I love that part. Daddy? Daddy? Sorry, Daddy. Sorry. Oh, he will have order. He will have order. We submit. So good. So good. So good. So good. Oh, it's so different. Oh, he got the beat. Oh, they go crazy on it. So good. So good. So something I was talking about earlier was about bow stroke and intention of bow strokes, right? So one thing you'll notice about this song in particular is that now that we have like one that's more like longedly, right? Is rather than having like what we saw with our last violinist, like the female we watched earlier, she was like having deliberate bow strokes for each one had almost their own individual like stroke to make an assertion. This you're gonna see a lot of notes either running into one another very smoothly within one bow motion. So just try to keep an eye out for that. Oh, this conductor, man. My heart, he's winning my heart. He's winning my heart. He's so good. I'm a string player, correct? I am. I've been playing violin for 18 years, going into 19 years. I've been playing electric bass for 14 years. And I don't really sing well, but I try my best, you know what I mean? I sing decent, you know what I mean? Like, I sing adequate. I don't sing well, you know? It's like enough to get me by. But also I'll do song covers because I love to sing, you know? It just won't be, like, as good as my violin playing, but it's, you know, it's still fun to do. Those of you who like my song covers, I appreciate you. Dude, percussion is the coolest section ever, dude. Percussions are so cool. That's crazy what they be doing back there. This is crazy to me. Look at this. That's crazy. That's so cool. I'm waiting for the wow, that part. I'm waiting for that part. It's coming. Oh my god, they're so good. The alternating, so good. Alright, let's do musicality again. Who's ready for some musicality? Close your eyes, folks. We're doing it again. Close your eyes. We're doing it again. Painting a picture for those of you guys who might not be fully moved by a piece. It is time for us to paint a picture together. Let's do it. And fall. And that is the duality of music. Music is not just this linear, like, oh, it's the swell of the song and then the fall after. No. We had two main sections battling each other at the end. That was a war we just felt before we felt the finish, before the final stroke, before the final hour. Feel the build up. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Ready? Ready? The battle's about to begin. The swords clash. Is it the violins or is it the vocals? Who is in charge here? The climax! We feel it! In the final hour, and the typewriter adds that feeling of time. It adds the feeling of time with that. The beautiful. So good. Beautiful sound design. Beautiful sound design. Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh my god. Oh, the power of the typewriter, baby! It's the power of the typewriter. This amount of effort I'm placed in the game. It really does pay off. It really does. They know how to create an atmosphere, that's for sure. They do such an incredible job. Holy smokes. the boat. You have. That is such a. Oh my god! I'm reading this a lot. Oh, Tartaglia song. An underhyped song, dude. Underhyped song. Super good. This is what I like to call sexy guitar. This is sexy guitar. Right? You feel it, right? You understand. That's a little sexy. Yeah. It's a little sexy there. Ooh, it's kind of nasty, but ooh. My favorite instrument is the typewriter. I love it. I love it. It's too good. Too good. What's your favorite video game orchestra? God of War 3. God of War 3, definitely my favorite video game orchestra. Now we only drink water. Oh, so good. I never did a music breakdown of the song, did I? This is my first time talking about it, isn't it? That's crazy. I'm shaking my water bottle. Are we gonna get all the movements of this boss fight? I've never broken down child song before. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's so much to unpack here. The boss themes in Genshin are just built different. So let's talk about them. So yeah. No. And like, then we have the dun 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 dun. Imagine the thematics of what child is, right? This is like one of the coolest parts about creating songs based around characters and battles, is that you can really get into the specific thematics of a character through audio. And you can feel it. Like, hold on, let's like just think of him, ready? The build up. And like that dark villain tone. It's grimy. We're fighting somebody. We are throwing hands soon. And you can feel the tone change. Things are falling apart. The world is crumbling. Okay, we had to jump with the pianist, like. Right? And it's like, you hear this, like, happy flourish during all these dramatics, during all these flat notes, during all these dramatics that are sad and edgy and angsty, and it's giving you this weird sort of contentious vibes, you know? And during all of that, you have this, like, flutter, like, right? And it's like hearing your hero. Your hero is struggling. Your hero is there. Quickening steps, pacing their foot, like they're trying, and you can feel them trying to break through, but everything else is so crunchy and overwhelming. It's so cool. love that. That's so cool. Not bad. I guess I should take you more seriously. Oh. Oh! Devouring Jeep! Bro, do you get like chills a little bit? You chill a little bit, dude. I got a little chills. I got chills. I got chills. I got chills. Oh my god. I held my breath. My brain! I like. That is the most words. Okay, words. We need these words. Okay. Bro, I don't. The feeling of power, dude. Like, imagine you're just a villain power tripping, because bro, that'd be the energy here. It is the power surge. Oh my god, just do me a favor, close your eyes, put your hands into two fists in front of you, put them across your chest so that your knuckles are like, you know, like you're about to fight somebody and you put your knuckles together, you're like, yeah, right? Do that. And then when the power note plays, pull your hands apart as if you're like ripping off the buttons of a shirt. Do that motion and understand what it feels. It's like, oh, it's so like powerful and freeing, like child's hand movement. It's insane. Just do that. Just do that for me. Do that for me. Do that for me. Understand what it feels like. You must do it. We must do it. Do it. Ready. Ah! Yes, the power. We're doing it again. Sorry, I popped off. So good. Yes, give me those dramatic villain hands, chats. Raise them to the sky. The power. Feel the power. Let it consume you. So good. Imagine going to Juilliard and maining typewriter. Yeah, bro. Do be a vibe. You beat me to it, didn't you? smart. Oh, they're going for a harpsichord sound there. You can hear it. That's some medieval shit right there. That's some medieval shit right there. Y'all hear that? Yeah, they get nasty with it. Yeah. That's how you know some villain stuff. Oh! That guitar went different. That guitar is shredded, baby. Okay. Offbeats. So what an offbeat is that imagine that we have 4 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Normally when you do an on beat, it's 1 and 3. So it's like 1, 3, right? It's 1, duh, right? An offbeat is instead of playing on 1 and 3, you play on 2 and 4. This is done often usually in jazz. We're trying to complete or make a cool ass person. If a cool ass person is doing something, they're always playing on 2/4, not 1/3. Okay? And you're gonna hear that right now in this play right now. Ready? Listen for it. It's the offbeat, so it's gonna be like 2/4 instead of 1/3. Okay? Dun, 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 dun. Get it! Get it! Get it! Yeah! Yeah! That's why it sounds so cool! Because it's 2/4! It's all beat, baby! That's right, baby! That's why it sounds so cool! So smart. Someone get my man on that typewriter! Someone get my man on that typewriter right now! It's bussin'! Oh! Ding, 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 ding. Oh! Oh! It's so good! Oh, baby! Oh! You know it's cool, man, bro! You know it's cool, man! It's so good! You know, it's got English vocals. That's so cool! Hell yeah, I mean. Got a fabric poster. Oh, that's so cool! Hell yeah, Charlie. Rhythm from ancient times. We're nearing the end! I can always destroy another J chamber. Honestly, iconic. We love everything long. That's where the song is from? Dude, I had no idea that's where the song was from. I literally one-shot him. I'm pretty sure I hit him in 3 times and he died. So I had no recollection You don't remember that fight for me? I hit him 3 times. Like, and he died. And I was like, oh, so I never got to hear the song. And like, that is a sick song, holy hell. Yo! That looks sick! This is a vibe. I wish the song happened more often in the game. It's kind of unlucky. Like, damn. It's a good song. Oh, we all know this song. Alright, time for Abyss Run, boys. Holy smokes. The tonality of this is so good. Because it keeps so strongly with the thematics of the main themes of the game. That is a very admirable trait to have. I love that. I love that. Because you could be playing in any region, hear this, and still be like, yeah. You know? And still know that you're playing Genshin Impact, regardless. Like, if you hear the song anywhere, you know it's a Genshin song. So that they keep so... The tonality is so similar. I love it. I think thematics are underrated. I feel like people like tend to be like, oh, these songs sound similar, and it's like, no, it's kind of like a beautiful thing to have. To show that the modifications you can make to make something sound way... So I got excited for her to play. I stopped talking. I was like, I saw her getting ready, and I was like, oh. to replay this part for you guys. A Mihoyo classic is the choosing not to use most instruments. So, like, perfect setup is that they introduce each of these instruments earlier on in the piece, right? Each of them have their moment to shine. And then near the end, they start to layer them back in, right? They layer each part back in. Base layer, second layer, third layer. And that's why I feel so rich at the end. That's why I feel so satisfying. I believe the journey's final destination we will be reunited, and it feels so good. Is that from this animation? I think this is something really cool to notice. Is that when it comes to the twin, right? Is that like there's like this regalness to it. Every time we hear the twins' introduction, there's a bit of like there's a regal factor. Like you feel the nobility from knowing one's lineage when you hear the twin. Feel what the strings do. Feel what the strings do here. It's very consistent. Oh my god, especially the brass. Did you feel da-da-da? Like that is 101 of royalty vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like and they really emphasize that. And then you have like these little frills, like these, and the melancholy of it after, right? And that feels like us as the traveler, you know, on our sad, heartbreaking journey. And that's us right here. That, or is it the pain of the sibling who knows all, who feels the pain of isolation, of doing what they know is what they feel is right? Sweet dreams, Charlie. Oh! I could talk about this piece forever. Wow. Wow, I got teary-eyed. Oh my god. Oh my god, that got me. That got me. That got me way too good. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh, I got emotional. I'm sorry. It's so good. It's so good. That's too good. Oh my god, that messed me up. That messed me up. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. We have our build up. It fades. Oh, the pain. It's the sadness of the pain. Like, you feel, it's not just being sad in one's own head, but just the longing you could feel in this. As if crying out, just... And then you feel like the little flourish there, like the da-da-da-da-da, like the ignorance of the blissfulness of ignorance, like... Meanwhile, the violin's in so much pain! Ah! The pain of this violin! It's hurting! Just the softness, like it's just... Like the yearning that it leaves you with, just... Like a prayer of understanding. That it whispers into the wind like that, that it ends. Oh, it... That's our king right there. That's our king. We must watch these credits and pay acknowledgement to these amazing performers. This was so much. Oh my god. What a way to end it. What a way to end the concert, dude. That was so smart, dude. That was so smart. That was so smart. It was so smart. It was so smart. It was so smart. It was just too good. It was so... They ended it so well. That is the smartest piece they could have ended on. It's so brilliant. It's so brilliant. Oh, that's what I was talking about, man. I was talking about you have to start off with something that's like memorable and iconic to you, and then finish with something of the same caliber, because you need to be left with a feeling as you walk away so that it resonates with you if it was a good concert or not. Like, it's... Oh, that was... Oh, what a piece to end on. What a piece to end on. Oh god, like I'm like shit. I'm shook. I'm so raw right now. Like I'm so raw with emotion right now. It's crazy. Like I'm trying to like pull it together here. It was amazing. It was amazing clean. Holy smokes. Oh my god.